Yes, ladies and gentlemen, episode 49 of Pokemon Horizons titled Dot and Nidothing just dropped, and as Dot prepares for her battle against Iono, we learn that Dot gets nervous when cameras are around her when she isn't in her Nidothing costume. Will she be able to get over it in order to battle against Iono, who's planning to livestream the match? Let's find out. Our heroes arrive at Levincia City for Dot's basic exams. It's not just our heroes, however. It looks like the rest of the explorers are also there. Dot thinks that Iono might be too busy to meet with them before the test. Nope, turns out she's free. Not only that, we find out that she's the one who told Freed about the dock where the Brave Olivine is being repaired, and also the place where it looks like it was originally built. I always thought for some reason that the ship was built in Hoenn, but I guess that's not the case. We do learn that Iono doesn't live in Levincia, which is surprising, and this is also where we learn that the test will be live streamed by Iono. So before her battle, Iono wants to do rehearsals, and in order to do so, Roy will battle against Dot. However, when the battle begins, having cameras all around Dot, who's not in her Nidothing suit, makes Dot so nervous that her battle with Roy goes awfully. She doesn't give any commands and isn't able to work with Quaxly at all, and this leads to Roy getting the victory. Since Dot is so nervous with cameras around her, Iono says that she'll make an exception and allow Dot to do her battle as Nidothing. Dot arrives back at the ship and grabs her suit, and then begins the live stream outside, something she says she might do earlier in the episode. In the stream, she's just going around Levincia talking about different places and things like that, and you can tell that when she's in the suit, she's a completely different person. It seems she's actually comfortable when the cameras are on her when she's in her suit. She plans on announcing that she will battle against Iono as Nidothing. However, Liko senses that Dot herself might be forcing herself to have all that excitement when she's outside in the Nidothing costume, and that she might not be okay with that battle. And while Dot seems to deny that, Quaxly seems to feel the same way as Liko. However, before that can be discussed, they have to deal with the Varoom. It is taunting Tinkatink by driving around it before Dot recalls Tinkatink. It then goes after our heroes, but during the process, accidentally takes the Nidothing suit to the middle of town, and everyone begins recording because they see that a battle is about to take place. Quaxly decides it's going to battle on its own for a while because Dot is so nervous since everyone is recording, and it gets to a point where Liko and Roy want to jump in the battle to help Quaxly, but Dot decides she will battle. Even though she's nervous, she focuses for the battle. At first, she studies the movement of Varoom. She then has Quaxly repeatedly use Water Gun to get it close before using Low Kick to do massive damage to it before finishing it off with Water Gun. After the battle, Quaxly and Varoom seem to be friendly, and as the battle ends, Iono comes out in the big screen in the city and she announces that Dot, not Nidothing, will be the one doing the test battle against her. Iono saw that Dot was able to battle outside even with cameras, and I guess that is what her test ended up being, similar to how making art and making food were the catalyst to getting the battle for Roy and Liko respectively. For Dot, it's getting over her nervousness of having cameras around when she's outside. And while everyone was distracted, Liko and Roy were able to take the Nidothing suit without anyone noticing. Dot returns to the alleyway where they were earlier and apologizes for yelling at Liko and Roy. She says that once she started battling with Quaxly, the camera stopped bothering her, and this is the first time Iono called her Madam Dot, so she'll be battling as herself. We end the episode by going back to Iono and seeing that while she is a bit sad that Nidothing won't be battling, meaning less views, she is looking forward to battling Dot, and that is where we end the episode. I'm glad that we finally get to focus on a character and their battles against the gym leader for more than a single episode. I was hoping we'd get something similar like this for Liko and Roy, but I guess they've already had a bunch of episodes about them where we've learned more about their personality, so there probably just wasn't a need to. But for me, it's not just about the people battling, it's also about the gym leaders. Maybe I'm just used to episodes from the previous anime where Ash would go to the gym leader to know the gym leader one episode before battling, because when this episode did that, a similar feeling happened where we learned a bit more about Iono. In this case though, the focus is more on Dot because we learn a bit more about Dot and how she's way more comfortable as Nidothing around cameras. This is something that I think that's true for a lot of video makers actually. This is something that in the modern day is also super relevant, so shout out to the writers for thinking about that issue and having it be addressed here. What a perfect place to bring it up in an episode with two influencers. I actually think that's smart. I can't wait to see what type of battle we get between Dot and Iono because Liko fought a normal type that turned into a bug type. Roy fought a rock type that ended up being a grass type. Dot doesn't get the luxury of either. She's going to be battling Bellibolt, who's electric, and then when it terastallizes, it's still electric. And she's going to be battling with her Quaxly, she's going to be at the disadvantage the whole time. I'm fascinated to see what Dot pulls out here to get the victory. Or maybe she won't. I don't know. I have a feeling that evolution might be the solution in this case. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But what did you guys think about this episode? Let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at TheRealPDGaming. And that's it. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.